Okay, so the time has come. If we look at this handy dandy, oh, I just strangled myself. Fuck that string, dude. It's like ran all the way out to the shed. Yeah, because it's been dragged. All right, as I was saying, handy dandy engine work here. We're starting that. All right, so basically, I think in like 2 to 3 weeks, the head should be showing back up from Wide Open Throttle Tech, right there. Check them the fuck out if you need shit. Hashtag not sponsored. So, but yeah, it's time to start tearing down. So I need to tear down the intercooler, like all the charge pipe, take off the exhaust, and then take off the turbo, the manifolds. Yeah, basically both manifolds. And then, I mean, later at a later time, I'll finish wrapping the header, finish wrapping up everything, obviously before it goes back together. Yeah, that's kind of my plan for today, and see what else I can take off without going into the motor. I'm not ready to go into the motor quite yet, because I don't feel like doing that yet. So, but yeah, let's just go ahead and start tearing her down. Well, there it is, pretty much tore down. I think if the label maker's working, I'm gonna label up these, I'll label up the, whatchamacallits, spark plug wires, Jesus Christ. So I'll label up these spark plug wires, and then I will go ahead and pull the spark plug crap off, because why not, that's not that hard. But yeah, and then I went ahead and taped off that so we don't have to worry about shit getting in there. Throttle cables off, shifting cables are off, and then obviously crossover pipe, front manifolds off, and then the drain sitting over here, oil feeds out, so getting there. But yeah, did they make it work? Okay, so. But yeah, if that works, then I'll go ahead and get that thing pulled off. I could probably also label it some other way too. But yeah, that's the plan. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is film this real quick. So this guy, I wish I remember what the fuck cylinder is what, but oh wow, this thing is funky. But yeah, so we got this guy running to here. I'll hold it here. And then this guy runs up to this one, and then this guy to the middle. Alright, and then on the back side, it looks like this wire goes to this one, the middle wire goes to this guy, and then this is that one. Hopefully I captured that. This is for you and me, so I can remember. So, as you can tell, I've kind of escalated quite quickly. So, trying to think. Well, we went and had some Chinese, came back, and then I went ahead and I don't even remember where the fuck I first pulled off, but valve covers off, upper intakes off, disconnected this upper motor mount. The engine harness is tucked back here. Oh yeah, we took that thing off. That's what we did first. The one thing that I last told you we were gonna just be doing, and then that was it. And I've got like that disconnected over there, the thermostat, my bullshit thermostat bypass to try and figure out issues. So that's out. There's absolutely no coolant in here, so obviously when I parked it the last time, it puked it all out again, so no surprise there. Yeah, I mean nothing we didn't know so far, but we're about to find out real soon here. So the next thing we're gonna do, This is already unbolted. It's ready to be pried off. It's going to be probably glued on there pretty good because you RTV'd the sides in. And then, so yeah, we'll pull that off. And then we gotta pull all the rockers off. And then pull all the push rods out. And then we can pull the heads. So we're getting there. Well, there it is. Sad sight to see. That piston is shining bright like a diamond. Yeah. Get it? Diamond piston. Ah! Okay, so we'll start with what we saw was really bad, and then we'll get into why it was putting pressure into my system. Okay, so this guy is the front head. This is the one that was disgusting. So if you look at this guy, look at that. Yum. So what that is so like if you have a catch can, all of like the crap that comes out of your catch can, or my drain tubes per se, that's what that is all over that. It got into the cylinder. I'm guessing the valve seal. It had to have seeped through the valve seal. So I think that's probably a failing valve seal as to how that happened. Because how I had routed these, so when I originally had this routed, so the head was here, and then it routed this way, through here, it went like, so up, then down through there, through this, and when it did that, it created a low spot. Well, somehow, I don't know how, but water got into that hose, probably from the engine or some shit. Yeah, so basically, water ended up in there, and I was unable, or basically it was unable to relieve the pressure out of this head, in theory. Basically, my crank pressure was rising, which is not good. So, what that did was, basically it blew out these seals. It's the only thing we can think of. This is the coolant. It doesn't look like it really leaked into the motor. You can see some signs of it on the lower intake, like that. That's some milkiness. Other than that, I haven't really seen nothing like that would be head gasket. So this would explain it, because this is really subtle. So it'd explain a little bit of coolant getting in there. But yeah, so we got one there. This one's starting to. That one's fucked. And that one's alright.
There's intake ones too.
Huh?
I think one of the intake ones was messed up.
Oh yeah, and this guy's fucked. This guy's kind of monkeyed up. Basically, that's the problem. So, I really need to pay attention to that. Well, after I had dumped out, when I took those off initially to reroute them, it was filled with water. That's when I found out about that. So, I basically rerouted it, keeping that in mind. So, it's basically going to keep a continuous downhill slope to the ground. I'm going to definitely keep that in mind now, because that's not good. Don't need that shit happening again. But yeah, so the good news is the block and pistons are fine. We spun it over and checked for like cracks in the block. I still got cross hatching on all the cylinders. I'll probably go through and clean up all this, whatever the fuck you call that. I don't think it's soot. There's like a word for it. I don't remember what the heck it is, but basically I'll go through and clean those up, kind of like I did with this one, because this is the one that was over the spot on that, and that cleaned up just fine. And these heads don't matter because I have some stage 2 heads coming from wide open throttle with some stainless valves and some other goodies. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're sitting at, guys. So that's probably gonna be it for this one, because there's really not much more to do other than I need to pretty much try and suck up, get everything cleaned up, and yeah, that's pretty much that. Obviously I'm waiting on heads, and then I mean I have to tear down these heads because I need the retainers, the springs. The springs are really what I'm after, and then the seats. Those are the only things that are really special. So I need those, and we'll put those onto the other heads. But yeah, like I said, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next one.